The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach. The Island Times News Update begins right now. Here's Tom Patton.
Welcome to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. The Atlantic Beach City Commission passed on first read Monday night an ordinance that will stop the permitting of any new gas stations in the city for 1 year. The ordinance will prohibit the approval of new gas stations in commercial, industrial, and warehouse zoning districts, as well as in special planned areas. The temporary moratorium will have no effect on the proposed Gate Petroleum gas station and convenience store planned for Atlantic Boulevard that's been the subject of a great deal of controversy in the city. Under the ordinance, no new applications for automobile service stations will be considered. The ban will be considered again on August 22nd for final passage. It would be in effect until August 22nd, 2017, and could be extended for another 6 months. The vote to approve the ordinance was unanimous. The Atlantic Beach City Commission on Monday night also voted to suspend enforcement of its temporary sign rules so that it can review the law in light of a recent Supreme Court decision. In Reed versus the Town of Gilbert, Arizona, the High Court found that city laws that make a distinction on temporary signs based on content would not stand up to strict scrutiny by the court. Following the ruling, several cities in Florida, including Jacksonville Beach, have rewritten their ordinances to comply with the decision. Acting City Attorney Wayne Flowers is a shareholder with the firm Lewis, Longman & Walker. He attended the meeting in place of City Attorney Brenna Durden. He said passing the resolution would give Durden and the city staff an opportunity to review the existing law.
And perhaps come back with some recommendations. I know that she has done a preliminary review of the ordinance and believes that there are a couple of provisions in there that are arguably content-based.
He added that continuing to enforce the ordinance while it's being reviewed would leave the city open to potentially expensive lawsuits, and some attorneys were making a practice of suing cities based on the Reed decision. The commission passed the resolution suspending enforcement 4-0. Commissioner Jimmy Hill was absent from the meeting. Beach Diner owner Barry Adib has filed an injunction in circuit court to stop the demolition of the shopping plaza where Gate Petroleum plans to build a new gas station and convenience store. Attorney Wayne Flowers updated the Atlantic Beach City Commission on the status of the suit Monday night. He said a hearing had been held a week ago Friday in which Gate was allowed to intervene in the case and present arguments supporting its position generally and as it relates to the demolition permit. The diner is not slated for demolition, but it sits on property that was purchased by Gate, and the construction would be adjacent to the restaurant. Even though it has a permit to tear down the existing building, Gate agreed not to begin demolition until after a hearing on August 11th on the matter.
At that time, there will be a hearing. Evidence will be presented as to the claim that there is going to be an irreparable harm to Mr. Deeb if the demolition goes forward.
The matter is being heard by Judge Robert Dees, who was appointed to the 4th Judicial Circuit in June by Governor Rick Scott. Dees will be with the case to its conclusion. Flowers said that if Adib's injunction is granted, the building could not be torn down until after a trial is concluded, which could take as much as a year or more. Well, when we come back, Beaches Watch holds a forum with candidates for mayor of Neptune Beach. This is the Island Times News Update.
The news you can count on. The Island Times News Update will be right back.
Beaches Academy Child Care Center in Jacksonville Beach has been offering affordable, loving child care to families in the Beaches communities for 35 years. Conveniently located on Penman Road, Beaches Academy offers care for children from infants through preschool, with programs that encourage learning and outdoor play. Our affordable tuition means families can get quality child care at a price that fits their budget. Contact Beaches Academy at 246-3885 and schedule a tour of our center. Beaches Academy, the child always comes first. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning in Atlantic Beach offers a full range of residential and commercial heating and air conditioning services, from new installation to replacement and remodeling. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning can keep your home comfortable year-round, and they offer preventive maintenance contracts to keep your system running at peak efficiency. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning is an authorized Bryant dealer and will service all brands. For year-round comfort in your home or business, contact the original Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning at 241-1788.
Welcome back to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. Nearly 200 people attended a Beaches Watch forum for the three candidates running for mayor of Neptune Beach Thursday night. The candidates are former Jacksonville City Councilwoman Elaine Brown, former Neptune Beach Vice Mayor Bob Shemp, and current Neptune Beach Councilwoman and former Vice Mayor Kara Tucker. The candidates each laid out their qualifications for the office. Brown said she brings experience as a small business owner and former president of the Jacksonville City Council. Shemp discussed his background as a teacher and law enforcement officer, as well as his time on the Neptune Beach Council. Tucker stressed her recent experience on the Neptune Beach Council, her work on city committees, and several boards. All said they would be consensus builders as mayor of Neptune Beach. The forum was moderated by Beaches Watch board member Georgette Dumont, who posed questions from Beaches Watch members as well as people in the audience. On the topic of quality of life in Neptune Beach, Tucker said that public safety was her top priority.
At least 64% of our budget goes towards public safety and advocating for those grants for our public safety department and making sure that they're funded to get all the resources that they need so they're able to protect us.
Shemp said the rights of property owners is the biggest quality of life issue in Neptune Beach.
Being able to go ahead and improve your property with the help of the city, you're going to raise your property value, which will raise the tax dollars and pour more money into our city coffers.
Shemp also said that the parking problem in Town Center would not change anytime soon.
And the reason it's not going to change is because the property and the parking area is owned by one person. And until the parking issue starts hurting the business in Town Center, nothing's going to be done.
Shemp said he did not know why the council approved the new large building in Town Center with parking variances, given the parking issues in the city. Brown said that the quality of life is very good in Neptune Beach, but there are areas where improvements can be made.
We have a park, Jarbo Park, that needs improvements. I feel as though we as a community can make that happen. We need to have that as the gem of what we have in our community. In addition to that, I feel as though we've got to take care of the traffic problems that are just so immense in the town center and looking at solutions for that.
Brown said that she would be able to use her relationships and experience with the Jacksonville city government to make sure Neptune Beach gets everything it is due from the larger city. But Shemp said he would be in favor of the beaches splitting off from Duval County and forming Ocean County. Tucker also said she had good relationships with the city of Jacksonville and would be able to work effectively with the current government downtown. The three candidates have differing opinions about moving City Hall, with Tucker saying she does not currently support the idea.
I understand wanting to put it back on the tax rolls and everything, but we're currently gathering information. I know with having the public safety building right in the middle of Town Center is important because it's accessible to all of those businesses and everything there. I know that parking is an issue to come to the council meetings, but I also know that the valet and everything has worked with us to make sure that spots are available during the council meetings and public meetings.
Tucker added while she is currently not sold on the idea, she is open to hearing more on the issue. Brown said that moving City Hall would open up a lot of opportunities in different areas.
As we look at what those options are, we will be making sure it's the best thing for the city in the long run. And in the long run is where we really need to be. Looking at it and negotiating if we decide to move it is something that I look forward to doing. I feel as though there are opportunities for moving it, but again, what's going to go in there? And I'd like to see, as we really start to zero in, if we are going to move it, what are we going to put there? And it has to be something we, the citizens, we look at as an advantage for the future.
Shemp said that he would prefer to look at leasing the current City Hall rather than sell it outright.
If we lease the property down there, how much money would we be able to put into our city coffers every month to add money to our budget? Would it help with our water and sewer rates going up? That's something that I'm looking at. Another suggestion that was actually made the other night when I was walking is that we would take the police safety building and move the facility out, maybe the city yard.
Schimpf said that he would put the police building near the property room, which would reduce the risk of breaking a chain of custody on evidence in police investigations. Early voting begins for the local election on August 15th. Election day is August 30th, and if no candidate gets a clear majority of votes, the top two will advance to a runoff in November. Neptune Beach voters who received sample ballots in the mail this week may have been surprised to see that Ms. Tucker's name appeared on the ballot ahead of Mr. Schimpf. Normally, candidates appear on the ballot in alphabetical order by last name. Atlantic Beach Mayor Mitch Reeves is spearheading an effort to have local residents show their support for law enforcement officers. Reeves, a former law enforcement officer, has established a Facebook event called Paint the Beaches Blue. Residents and businesses in all 3 beach communities are being asked to hang a blue flag, install blue lights, or hang anything blue outside their home and businesses the week of August 21st to the 27th. Reeves said that he first saw the idea while traveling on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. He told the Island Times he hopes to enlist support from all 3 beach communities for the effort. Both Jacksonville Beach Mayor Charlie Latham and Neptune Beach Mayor Harriet Pruitt have said they would back the idea in their communities, and Jacksonville Sheriff Mike Williams is also supporting the effort.
The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach, forecasting your beaches. This is your local look weather.
Skies should be relatively clear at the beach at night for the Perseids meteor shower this weekend. The National Weather Service says we can expect pretty nice weather for the next several days. We'll see plenty of sunshine at the beach for the weekend, with highs in the upper 80s. Lows will fall into the upper 70s, and there's a daily chance of showers, but mostly dry through the middle of the week. The Island Times is always digital, always free at theislandtimes.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to be the first to know about stories posted on the Island Times. I'm Tom Patton. Thanks for watching.